My song is called Outside Inside. You're on the outside, I'm on the inside, calling out to you, but you don't hear me, you don't hear me. I'm invisible to you, but I'm invincible to me. That's all I can say. Can say all you want, but all I want to say is goodbye. This is going to be the last time you hear from me. So don't worry about me. Don't try to say you're sorry, 'cause you hurt me more than you can believe. You can say all you want, but all I want to say is goodbye. This is my song, and it's called This Is My Song. So, yeah. Hey, I know I just met you. Tell you what I'm going through. Hey, I think I like you. Think I like the things you say, and I think I like the games you play. It's hard to say it loud, but I'm gonna tell you right now. This is me, and this is my song. This is me, this is my chance to tell you who I am and where I come from. This is me, and this is my song. This is me, this is my chance to tell you who I am and where I come from. I am me and you are you. You're on the outside, I'm on the inside looking at you. It's hard to say it loud, but I'm gonna tell you right now. This is me, and this is my song. This is me, this is my chance to tell you who I am and where I come from. This is me, and this is my song. This is me, this is my chance to tell you who I am and where I come from. This is my chance to be your friend. This is my chance to be who I am. This is me, and this is my song. This is me, this is my chance to tell you who I am and where I come from. This is me, and this is my song. This is me, this is my chance to tell you who I am and where I come from. Ooh, ooh, this is me. Okay, so this is another song I wrote, and it might sound different to you guys. Well, not really, but it's a nice song. So. Okay. like the rush hour, but only in my head. And the words I said, yeah, I regret. You hurt me all the time. It's like a nursery rhyme, but I'm not hurt and I'm not dead. Only in my heart, gonna keep my head up high. Can you listen to it, to my lullaby? Only in my heart, gonna keep my head up high. Can you listen to it, to my lullaby? One day I'll share the beauty living in me. You were my friend, but you turned your back and walked away before I had the chance to say I'm so sorry. But believe me, I know it's just 'cause I started it. Keep my head up high. Can you listen to it, to my lullaby?
My poem's called You. Do you remember the first time you saw me? Through your eyes. Do you remember the time past a long line before you were mine? Do you remember you were the first to know me? I was there. Do you remember it took a long line of time to discover I watched you? Do you remember you saw me looking at you with longing eyes? Do you remember I had to act carefree, for I feared you would see? Do you remember that I cared for you? That's the end now, but now you see me.
Wow. The title is, Why Did You Have to Spew Venom? I don't like to live this way, having to listen to every hateful word that you have to say. I know this can't be new for you. Your soon-to-be victims come to care for you. Your voice makes people slaves. Your hate inside makes them do what you say. Every day there will be thunder until you find it in your heart to apologize with no reason or rhyme. Your life will be a black hole sucking victims in closer and closer and closer. Wow.
Okay, Ryan wrote this, and he asked me to read it, and he's going to read mine. Remember Ryan, the one who's not afraid to speak his mind. The person who's really nice when he's not mad at you. The funny, giggly, awkward kid you can always count on to make you laugh. Impatient boy who can't stand being bored. The one who doesn't know when to shut his mouth. Remember Ryan? The guy more often than not called Jordan. A loyal friend who will be there for you when you're feeling down. Who means well, but it sometimes doesn't come across easily. If you need some help, a shoulder to cry on, or maybe encouragement, call his name, and he'll be there. Remember Ryan.
Autumn wrote this. Okay. Remember Autumn, the outgoing one, always laughing and most of the time with a smile on her face? The one too nice to hold a grudge. The girl you call your best friend. The one not afraid to show her feelings. Sometimes awkward, but always making people laugh. Remember Autumn, the girl with a million pet peeves and gets irritated a little too easy? The one to give you advice and stand by you when it gets hard. Remember Autumn, the girl I call my best friend.
When you first hear the deplorable news, the feeling itself could suck the breath right out of your lungs. No time to think, just sorrow. At first you want to cry about your loss, but you can't. Your emotions need time to build up inside. Then eventually, you lose it. A flood of confusion and questions circle your mind, but your conscience just can't reply. Why did this happen? What could have I done differently? Who caused this pain? You just can't answer. You start to blame people for what's happened, and you soon go through a phase of bitterness. You suffer anger you've never felt before. How can you get through this? You try to avoid all happiness, and you blame yourself for what's happened. You suffer numbness, you feel stuck, and you can't escape the depression and the tears that choke you at night. Why did you let this happen, you ask God, but there's no answer. You experience flashbacks, and that just does it. You release your emotions into our cruel world, and eventually you feel a little better. But you learn to get used to the fact that your loss just isn't coming back. The happiness that enters your body increases to the amount that you might explode. We all have gone through an experience in our lives that we feel like there will be no tomorrow. But we have to move on, and we accept life just as it is, even all the trash that tags along with it.
This is a little bit long, so hold in there. Reincarnation. What does reincarnation mean? A cowpoke asked his friend. His pal replied, it means when your life has reached its end. They comb your hair and wash your neck and clean your fingernails and lay you in a padded box away from life's travails. The box goes in a hole that's been dug into the ground. Reincarnation starts when you're planted beneath the mound. Then clouds melt down just like your box and you who is inside. And then you're just beginning your transformation ride. In a while, the grass will grow upon your reminder mound, till someday your moldered grave, a lonely flower is found. And say a host should wander by and gaze upon this flower, that once was you, but now has become your vegetative bower. The posse that the host done ate up, with his other feed, makes bone and fat and muscle essential to the steed. But some is left that he can't use, and so it passes through, and finally lays upon the ground this thing that once was you. Then say, by chance I wander by and see this upon the ground, and I ponder, and I wonder at this object that I found. I think of reincarnation, one life and death, and such, and come away concluding, Slim, you ain't changed all that much.
Okay, this poem's about my sister Tazma. She's right up there. 10 years older than me, sometimes I love her, sometimes I hate her. Someone I can talk to about anything, sometimes.
My mom wouldn't tell me where we're going. I said, what are we doing? Why are we in California? My mom said, we are going to art fair. I slept on the couch, and while I was asleep, it was morning. I said, what are we doing? Why are we in California? My mom and dad kept on driving. I woke up, and we were in Bakersfield. I slept on the couch, and while I was asleep, it was morning. I was shocked. My mouth opened wide. My eyes were going up. I was surprised. My mom and dad kept on driving, and I woke up and we were in Bakersfield. Then we went on to the log rides. I was shocked. My mouth opened wide. My eyes were going up. I was surprised. It was fun. My face was really frightened. Then we went to the water log rides. My mom said we were going to Disneyland. It was fun. My face was really frightened. My mom wouldn't tell me where we were going.
This is actually a poem that I got out of a book called Listening to Grown-Ups Quarreling. Listening to grown-ups quarreling, standing in the hall against the wall with my little brother, blown like leaves against the wall by their... Sorry, let me restart that line. Blown like leaves against the wall by their voices, my head like a ping-pong ball between the paddles of their anger. I knew what it meant to tremble like a leaf. Cold with their wrath, I heard the claws of the rain pounce. Floods poured through the city, skies clapped over me, and I was shaken like a mouse between their jaws. By Ruth Whitman.
Freedom will be our last middle schooler, but we did have another student show up, so we'll have one more reading after Freedom.
Okay, this poem is called Taken. Believe me, begging on my knees, saying please, 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 don't let me leave. It's like they're watching me. Please, 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 being dragged away. Some things I said I couldn't say. Believe me, begging on my knees. They're watching me. Save me, help me. Wait 10 minutes, I'll be out of the way. Don't let me leave, let me stay. Believe me, begging on my knees. They'll kill me. Please, please, please. I thought it was my entire fault when I was taken.